Hi, Michael Lenowitz here, and thank you for joining us for another Facebook Live here at Delesio Law Group. I am here with the famous Kelly DC.
Hi, everyone.
So happy to have you. You might recognize her from Tea Time with Kelly's, which you should catch every Friday. So today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Brexit, which I'm sure many of you are already aware of. It's been going on for a while. Just for a quick 411, Kelly, why don't you inform everyone what Brexit is exactly?
Okay, so Brexit is the UK leaving the European Union. So previously they were a part of the European Union, which is a collection of 27 countries over there in Europe. They have decided to break that alliance and secede from the European Union. So Brexit is just kind of the easy term for that whole process that's been kind of going on for a couple months now.
So it seems like there's no way of avoiding this. It's happening.
I don't think so. It was a vote in England. They voted to leave the European Union, so I'm assuming they would have to have another vote, and there would be a lot of political hooptaha if that happened, and everyone would hear about it. So if that does happen, we'll have another Facebook Live on it.
So what kind of negotiations are they having at the moment in regards to the situation?
So I think the big thing on the table right now is Northern Ireland, which is a part of the islands over there with the UK, is still part of the EU. So it is kind of a carved out its own section. So they're trying to make sure that this whole Brexit doesn't affect Northern Ireland becoming a part of the EU. Also, the fact that right now they have an open border policies and no checkpoints between Northern Ireland and the UK, which there was a lot of violence several years ago. They came to an agreement called the Good Friday Agreement that stopped the checkpoints and ended a lot of the violence in that area. So they're hoping right now they're sitting down on the table is really discussing how that border policy is going to change and what's going to stay the same, and hopefully we can keep, no checkpoints in that area.
So it seems like,
forward.
There's going to be a lot of chaos, I guess, involving with tariffs and trade and all of this.
I don't think they really have a full understanding yet of how trade is going to be affected. It will be affected because currently anybody from the UK can go around anywhere in the EU, trade, work, do anything they want. With this accession, how trade is going to be affected. There's likely going to be very much differences in trade. We don't know what they are yet. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that point. Also travel. People people living in the UK want a UK passport, want to know, hey, can I travel to Europe now? Is it going to be a lot harder? Will I have to get a special visa to travel to Paris or to travel to Germany? Whereas before they just hopped on a train and were able to get there.
Right.
So how this will really change travel patterns, especially for the Europeans coming and going, hasn't really been decided yet. So people are trying to get to the UK and people with UK passports trying to travel around Europe. This is something that's on the table that really needs to be discussed.
So I'm wondering, especially since we're an immigration law firm, people from the UK coming to the US, if they're no longer part of the EU, how is that going to affect ESTA?
So at this point, ESTA is still undetermined. The US citizens going to the UK are still fine. We have a waiver program with the UK that was done prior to them joining the European Union. The ESTA program was done after the fact. So they will have to come to a new arrangement between our government and the UK government. I'm assuming this will go forward. We do have a great relationship with the UK. I'm not really worried about it at this point, but it is something, again, that's going to have to be hammered out and figured out before the official Brexit happen. So they do have some time leading up to the official exit since they gave themselves time to work out the kinks, let's say. And there is, definitely some kinks that are going to happen down the road.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope this was informative. Kelly, was there any final notes you'd like to give the audience?
Just keep updated. If you're in the UK or you're in Europe, you're going to need to know what's coming. So probably travel plans. If you're traveling in the future, make sure you know what the exact responsibilities are going forward, since it won't be as easy as it was.
Okay. All right. And also always, make sure to call DLG if you have any other further questions, if you're working with us already. Kelly, so happy to have you.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Kelly. And have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.